What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Beaufort Zone podcast. Today, I'm your host, Vaughn. I'm here with another very special guest, former classmate of mine, one of the men that's helping putting together the Alumni Game that's coming up on Saturday, December the 22nd. Evan Robinson, man, what's going on, Bubs?
Yes, sir. Nothing much, man. Chilling. You know.
How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. You know, we getting to the end of this race, wrapping everything up. You know, finalizing everything, getting everything put into place. So, feeling pretty good about everything right now.
Getting your shots up, man?
Oh yeah. Sure? I never stop working out.
Okay, I know you don't stop working out, man. You like flexing on the book, man. you on the line.
Little bit, man. Little something, man. Little something.
It's cool. So let's talk about it. What's the mindset on the business side of the event, the plan? I know you guys speak a lot on trying to stop the violence and things like that. So
yeah, definitely, man. Wanted to keep that element in the involvement in the, you know, we definitely wanted to just use the rivalry aspect, the pull from that rivalry aspect between the two schools, and just make something positive out of it, and just bring light to some of the negative that's going on. You know, that we just kind of sweep up under the rug, you know, sometimes, or just push off to the side because, you know, it's easier to do that. But, you know, we just want to bring light to some of that negativity and kind of just start, you know, chipping away at it, face forward, you know, just bring light to some of that stuff that's going on, because it's getting bad around here. So
yeah, and it's getting bad, and I agree with that, because my issue that happens nowadays is that the music that we listen to, I'm going to say we because I know I do for a fact. The music that we listen to nowadays, we listen to it, we know all the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Yep. And when we listen to that music and we get on people who rap about that life that's not about that life, or listen to that music. So we talk about it, and we want people to be about that life that we hear in the music, and realizing that it's our friends. And the more you push people to do that, to be a you know what I'm saying, a street nigga or whatever, these things happen. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't in our area, the bigger areas, Atlanta, Chicago, whatever. But now we listening to the music, and now it's starting to, even though compared to those cities, we ain't nothing as far as violence, which is a good thing. But it hits home. It
does. And, you know, in a small area just like this, man, where you know everybody, everyone knows everybody. If you're not related, you know of that person. You got a family member, close friend that knows of that person. Like, we all connected. So, you know, even though we don't have as much violence or, you know, serious crimes as some of those larger cities, it hits home harder in a smaller city that knows, you know, everyone knows everybody.
Right. And because it shocks me the most, because, and like you said, you know people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the death that happened, you know what I'm saying, my family in the Beaufort area is small. It's only like 5-6 of us, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, most of the people that I've seen, or, you know, they get posted after they get death, you know, the RIP post, or people I at least went to school with, seen them in the hallway, even if we don't talk, text, or hang out every day, at least when we walk in Walmart, it's a, you know what I'm saying, it's what's up.
And even if you're not that close to them, you're close to someone that they're close, family member, sister, brother, something, you know, and you can see the pain on their face, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody feels when somebody is gone or lost, because you're affected by it personally, or you know someone that's affected by it, and therefore it affects you, you know. So you just gotta stop. It just gotta come to a halt, slow down, something. But, you know, we getting out of hand for it to be, you know, Beaufort, little small Beaufort County. We gotta do better.
Yeah, and I think this is why I love what you guys are doing, and this is the reason why, you know, I did what I, you know, do what I'm doing now, as far as creating this platform and allowing anybody to come and talk about anything. You know what I'm saying?
Very important.
If you have an event or anything that's going on that's positive, to come and talk about it, because it's what we need. And what gets me is that, you know, things like this, you know what I'm saying, that you had to bring an entertainment aspect, as far as, you know what I'm saying, being able to turn it into a, you know, a stop the violence type of thing. You had to bring some type of entertainment through the sports and alumni, and allowing people to get involved.
Exactly.
And you had to do that because, you know, as far as just doing something positive, you know, it doesn't get the, I don't want to say clickbait, but you know what I'm saying, it doesn't get the views that some of these, you know, stuff goes on, you know, like right now, you know, you post something positive, hey, I did this, I helped a homeless person, I did that. It doesn't go as viral as what's going on right now. Cardi being Offset. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows. Everybody knows about that. You know what I'm saying? It gets shared. It gets clicked. You know, Boom Gang, whatever. It goes viral, crazy, and it doesn't happen. So, So what's the plan? Who else is involved? You know what I'm saying?
Well, just to break everything down, you know, well, Branch had their alumni event, and I got kind of jealous. I was a little jealous.
Right.
Because we used to itch to play with the class of '96 in their alumni game when you used to come and play us.
Right.
But they kind of faded off and stopped that like right after we got out of school. So it was no alumni events for Battery Creek or Well Branch until Amari did that.
Right.
So after he did that, and then, you know, rest in peace, rest his soul, Trey Pringle, his cousin passed. And then it just kind of snowballed after that. But right after that, I went to Amari, and I was like, you know, stuff is getting bad. We need to do something. People want to see us play. Let's use that pull to create this event, to bring people out, which we know they'll come out to, and just have a message behind it. You know what I'm saying? Show them that we care, give away free stuff, get the kids involved, bring in a DJ, you know, just make a huge event out of it so we can bridge a gap between two communities that you know, have a wedge driven in them. Right. For the most part.
So I mean, so the decision to do Creek and Well Branch was mostly because of they did it first, and then you guys want to get involved.
Pretty much. You know, they had their state run, and then, you know, the talk of, well, y'all need to play play them boys from Creek. So kind of went to Amari, and then we went to the school because, you know, that's the next step. You know, try to secure the venue. They let us know what we needed, and I've always wanted to do an event with Michelle. Michelle Wilson. Great individual, man. Hard worker. Definitely one of my role models. Female hustler, man, for sure. Yeah. But I've always I've been, you know, on and off in conversation with Michelle for a little while now, trying to just think of something to do in the community because she has her hands deep in there. So she was the perfect person to rope in. So between her, Amari, and Leon and myself, Leon Brown, just another contact from Well Branch, you know, does a lot of moving footwork and help them organize a lot of their event. Us four, man, we've been just game planning it, you know, bringing certain folks in that want to help, you know, that we know are like-minded, just to tackle everything, you know, just create a team to kind of take it at all angles. Yeah,
and I saw that, and I remember I seen the name of her foundation, the Time for Change.
Yeah, Time for Changing.
And I saw that, and we were supposed to. She was actually supposed to be one of the first outside of sports and outside of the, I guess, booth events I was supposed to cover. She had a book bag drive, and I guess the weather didn't go well that day or whatever, so we had to cancel it. So I was looking forward to doing that, and hopefully we can do that again another day. But like I said, it's wonderful to see that this is happening. So what do you see going into it? The rosters. Let's talk about the roster. They were posted online. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going crazy. And the last time I checked, and I mean, you got like 200 votes. I still get notifications that people are voting. It's like 200 votes right now. And right now, Creek has the lead right now. It's like 60-something percent to 30-something percent. How do you feel about that, man?
I got complete and total faith in my team, man. We as long as I'm with my 4 to 5, we gonna win. I have complete and total confidence. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the polls are right. You know, as far as any Well Branch alumni, that might tick them off a little bit, but you know, I'm just
68 to 32%.
68 right now
out of 238.
Oh. The boys better come show us something then. That's all I can say, man. They better come show us something, cuz.
And my other point too, now knowing that Well Branch is such a young school, I think they started my junior year of school, so 2011, 2010 was their first year. Yeah. So that being said, man, there's a lot of young boys, man.
Yeah.
Y'all ready? I know Var's done shit because he's playing a Voorhees, right?
Yeah, he's at Voorhees right now.
CJ just got done, so I mean, you guys, your conditioning ready?
Oh yeah, we ready, man. We still run. I don't know why everybody think we too old for this.
And they still young. We're only like 24, 25.
I'm 26 years old. I'm not out of my prime till I'm about 34.
Right.
But nah, I mean, everyone's working out, man. And, you know, even all of the talk and all of the commotion about the game has motivated some of those older guys on our roster to put some shots up, or, you know, some of those guys that done transition into adult life to go ahead and start working out, running, and putting some shots up as well. So
I know the conditioning, it would have came into play if we did a football. I still can get it. Football ain't the same as basketball. You don't do as much running, but I know because I saw with my job, we tried to get like a work basketball thing going, and so we did that. We went out there one day, and I was like, I'm gonna just watch because me, I didn't play basketball, so I was like, I'm gonna just come out there and watch. And I guess we were short, so I wanted to play. And Hammer was one of the guys who came out there, and he was balling too, man. I was out there gassed, man. I think I was done. I had a sub in. Somebody was sitting on the sideline like, yo, you gotta go play. This is why I don't play basketball. I can't do it. I'm done. But So talk to the people, man. Where do you get the tickets from? Are they pre-sale?
Yeah, man, we got tickets right now. Right now, I got some with me. I take my little book with me everywhere. But we got tickets on sale right now for $5. There'll be 7 at the door. Game this Saturday. We got the dunk contest coming. We probably should have released the contestants for those contests.
Right. Yeah. That also will be dope too. To release the contest. So what can they expect in these? Are there judges or
man, we doing it. Yeah, we doing it big, man. We kicking it off with a 3-point contest. Got 4 contestants in there. It'll be a trophy given. Judges for that. We bringing some old staff back. Y'all will love to see, man. Coach Drafts is It's gonna be one of the judges out there. We got Coach Harold Sanders coming back. He's coming back to help judge. Then right after that, we jumping into a highly anticipated dunk contest with some high flyers from Beaufort High. Couple high flyers, Kendrick and Rao from over there. If you guys know him, Rao Owens and Kendrick. I forget his last name, but you'll know who he is when he start dunking for sure. Then right after that, we're going to do a small tribute, just bring light to all of the violence in the area. Speak briefly on gun violence, and then hop right into the main event.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and the whole time we'll have raffles going. With the purchase of a ticket, you have your numbers on there, so you're automatically eligible for a raffle. Right. We got a bunch of free stuff we're giving away. We'll have media timeouts, media breaks, thanking the sponsors, DJ in there, having a good time, concessions, so just want to give back, what I'm saying? Pretty much, man. So it's going to be a live event, bunch of stuff going on, bunch of stuff for you to get into, a lot of entertainment, so yeah.
All right. And like I said, it's another thing that this event is happening too, and like you said, Amari is being involved, and Trey being his cousin, and it was crazy to me because in my opinion, I think a lot of people, as far as the unarmed killings of black men of recently last couple of years, that's been trending everywhere, and we thought that a lot of people, I've had conversations with people that kind of try to put them off because hey, it's nobody I know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. There's nobody around here. It ain't happened yet. It's not my family. Et cetera, et cetera. And so now when that happened, I was like, yo, is this like, what I'm saying, the first one that really, started trending, or is it the first one of our generation? So I thought maybe it would spark a little bit of change. And so far, I mean, it hasn't been much, but I guess with you guys putting this together, I mean, this is a positive outlook as far as that being done. So
exactly,
I want to commend y'all on that and having that done. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So what was probably the hardest part, you think, of getting this together?
I ain't want to step on any toes, but the hardest part of getting it together was basically just communication. Me and Michelle live in Charlotte. Amari is here, but he has his own family. He works as well. Right. Leon is out of town. So just communication, man, making sure everybody is on the same page and just being as meticulous as possible to just, relay information between security, the venue, us, and all of the outside help we're bringing in, from folks just, being at the concession stand to the DJ, to the sponsors, getting all their information to make sure they're represented. It's, just communication, I say, was the hardest part, but, we were on it. We were on it, definitely.
Right, and I think a lot of it's sparking. You talked about seeing Well Branch do their thing first, a couple years ago, and then you wanted to get on it. And I think there's been a lot of that lately with the schools trying to compete to see, hey yo, that's cool. I want to do that. I want to do that because this year what it was when Battery Creek did the the alumni tailgate for the football game, and I was there covering that, and it was a great game. And it sucks to say it, but Battery Creek as a football team over the years has not been, you know what I'm saying? But they got the win, But it was dope that they did that event, and on that night, you know what I'm saying, Creek, you know what I'm saying, won the game, at the last second. I mean, it's like 13 seconds left on the clock. And won that game and have them all out there and to see all the tailgates. I mean, one lady had it was an ice or glass sculpture. You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest, man, just to put this out there, that was actually, she wasn't here to have her hands in it physically, but that was Michelle's doing. She actually gave them idea to run with. So that was definitely a good event.
Shout out to Michelle.
Yeah, shout out to Michelle. That's why I said she's a hustler, man.
Right.
She definitely has plans for the community, as do, you know, some of the rest of us as well. But that was dope. The tailgate turned out great, to my understanding. I wasn't able to attend, but I wanted to.
Right. It was dope, man. Yeah. I mean, it was food for everybody, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one guy out there, man. He had a grill like big as this table, like
one of them barrel grills.
Yeah, actually give me a piece of chicken, man. He was reaching, like, literally, like trying to get to the chicken. Like, it was a piece.
Yeah.
But listen, it was a big grill, bro. Yeah, I mean, there was food.
See, that's love. That's love right there, and that's just what we trying to do. Give back. That's what we trying to do for sure, man. That's it.
And what other notes do you have possibly that, you know what I'm saying, you could put out there as far as the event, the venue, you know?
I do have a couple of shouts out, man. EJ, Eric Gillison, Teased by E, man. Big shout out to him. We've been just piling it on him, to be honest. Like, every time we come up with something or we need some shirts or jerseys done, it's like, just take it to EJ right quick. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait too late, but I'm not gonna lie, we've been dumping it on him, and he's turned out great. You guys seen what the jerseys look like, so I mean, he did I should have brought some with me so I could show you guys, but he did a great job, man. Definitely shouts out to him. Shouts out to Brent too, my guy Brent Evans, man. He's gonna have his media company in there, Franchise Films. So we're gonna actually have the whole event taking shots from two angles. And we're gonna have a promo video created with all the sponsors in there. You know, get some more names out, stuff. You know, just giving back. Big shouts out to him. If I'm missing anybody, I apologize. I got a lot of stuff on my mind.
I mean, to me, so far right now, and what I'm listening to, and what I think is great about this whole event is that, you know, as far as, I mean, it doesn't matter who does it, but I think as far as, I think with the deaths that have happened recently, they've mostly impacted our generation, that 20 to 30 age group. And then you guys are hosting this event, and I'm hearing the names that you're throwing out as far as hosting the event, helping out with the sponsorship, the T-shirts, and it's all in that same class. So it's not like we have to wait for a younger generation, an older generation to tell us what to do, or a younger generation doing it before we do. We're acting on it as it happens. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's a positive outlook right there, and that's another point to be commended on, y'all. For real.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. It's just a lot. It's just a lot to take in, to be honest, man. With all the death that's going on, we just got to come to the realization that we have more power than we think we do. You know what I'm saying? And if we go through the proper channels with the right attitude, we can get a lot done. We can get a lot done, for real. So, I mean, we just got to keep that in mind as individuals, especially at our age, because we got 18-year-olds, we got 17-year-olds looking at us. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be the ones at this game. They're going to be the ones that's listening to the stories from them other folks and the fans about us and what we did. You know what I'm saying? And it's just great for us to be able to have the power to do something like this and influence every, you know what I'm saying, on a scale this massive in the area, man. So that's just a blessing in itself, you know, for sure.
So talk about, I mean, the decision to make the roster, because you definitely got some. I mean, CJ, Vari, Breeze, man, Hammer, yourself.
You know for sure that we was gonna have the squad on there. As much of it as I could pull together or think of, man. And then I wanted to keep it classic. You know, we had some of the younger guys feel a little left out. Right. But man, just choosing the rosters, basically. You know, Amari was gonna choose the guys that he went to state with those couple years, and I was gonna basically choose some of the roster that we had our run with, you know, 25-2 1 year, undefeated at home 2 years in a row. So I was definitely going to include myself, Brent, Breeze, Hammer, Javari, CJ. But you know, I had to keep it classic with a couple other additions as well, man. Some guys that came behind us. I was unable to get Tremaine, Cam, and you know some other classic fellas, but I was able to rope in Justice,
Right.
Justice Oliver, Michael Robinson. You know, some guys.
Class 2012. Shout out.
Yep, shout out to them guys. They'll be in the mix, man. And also going way farther back, I feel like they counting them out, man.
Right.
Irving Rivers, Vonnie, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Legend. We still look up to him, respect him as if he is that. So, man, we got some sleepers. We definitely got some sleepers. They sleeping on. Everybody's scared of Jabari and CJ and the rest of us, but we got some. Then BJ bringing him out of. Bringing him out of whatever cave he was in, you know what I'm saying? So man, yeah, the rosters they were. I'm not gonna lie, the rosters took a little minute because we had a couple setbacks from people, you know, not being able to confirm and stuff. But it was pretty simple. The selections weren't hard. I'm not gonna lie, they weren't hard. They weren't hard at all. But getting the people on board and stuff like that,
making sure
was
that's gonna be available and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
So talk about this. One of the bigger decisions concerning the Creek roster, which was Brent. It's coaching, not playing. And then, you know, my idea was a thought like, you know, real powerhouse y'all thought y'all might have liked is talk Brennan and playing and let Drafts coach y'all boys.
Oh man, see, my original thought, man, I was gonna bring Coach Harold Sanders back to coach us, man. But Brent's been nursing a little knee injury.
Okay.
He dislocated his knee a little while back. First real injury in his life ever.
Same thing with me too.
You know what I'm saying? So just good, couldn't get him back in time. He didn't feel comfortable playing on it, you know what I'm saying, cutting on it. So we just had to make some moves and made him the coach instead, you know.
Right. Because I was like, I saw a lot of comments when they was looking at it.
He mad. He can't. He just as mad as everybody else is. Definitely gonna have him on the bench, man. Coaching us, you know, making the proper subs, stuff like that.
Right. So is it possible that there might be a girls run or an involvement of other schools in the future, maybe next year or something like that?
Definitely, man. It's in the works. It's just so hard trying to organize different schools, you know, especially it was hard enough trying to organize Battery Creek and Well Branch, but you know, just trying to rope in everybody. We were thinking about doing a 4-team tournament next year, alumni tournament. You know, between the 4 schools in the area, us 3, of course, Beaufort, Well Branch, and Battery Creek. But we were also thinking about roping in Bluffton or maybe Ridgeland. You know what I'm saying. You gotta make it even though. But you know, definitely trying to make it a bigger event next year. Maybe a longer whole weekend, 2-day event, man. Probably throw some other things in there for folks to come in and do, like little
that'd be dope.
Yeah. Just make it kind of like an alumni weekend or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Alumni classic.
Yep, exactly. We just everybody's home. We have a bunch of events, bunch of food, bunch of love giving. You know what I'm saying? Just something people look forward to. You know, some more stuff like that.
And I'm glad it's happening. I can't say that enough. But I think that what's so cool, what's dope about it, and I think what helps is that, you know, it gives, you know, it's a way for the older generation and the younger generation to kind of bridge or whatever. They could come out and check it out. But more so the fact that as far as at least this one weekend is concerned, you know, even if it gets bigger, turn into a whole weekend ordeal, it gives the older generation, you know what I'm saying, something to do, you know what I'm saying, people to come out and stuff. And I think as far as not the school, not the younger generation, just the county as a whole, as far as giving people things to do outside of the festivals that we have, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, a lot of people over the time hasn't been as interested in. It's mostly tourists that come to those things. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying, as far as people to do on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying, or things in the community, it doesn't seem like there's much going on now.
Going on at all, to be honest. And that's another reason why we wanted to do something like this, you know, give people something to talk about, people something to get excited about again. Because you remember at one point in time, man, when we were younger, we look forward to stuff like the next year, the year, you know what I'm saying? Especially like the class of 96 when they used to keep their alumni game going, man. We look forward to that thing every year. It stayed packed. The Battery Creek Classic was another, you know, event everybody looked forward to, that tournament, preseason tournament. So, you know, it's just stuff like that that's just not going on anymore, you know. That just gives people idle hands, you know. So
you just sitting around and you just waiting for something to happen. And I mean, like I said, I think I'm glad you said that word idle time, and that's something a lot of mentors use with the kids that are, usually bad or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that, when they got a lot of idle time, they find something to do and they get into something they're not supposed to be
Exactly.
in. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, and I think people got to figure that out. I think, with people, and if you're just listening and you have a kid that, you think has issues as far as behavior, that is something that you might want to work on. Even if it's a stretch for you to pay a registration fee for a sport or something like that, that's a good way to keep your child out of the way. Is find them something to do,
or find them a mentor. Mentor is great, like somebody they can relate. If they don't like the group scene, they don't want to be a part of a team, but you see them troubled, find them a positive influence to put in their life. And whoever that influence may be, whoever that mentor may be, he might not have the most going on, but as long as he has a positive influence on your little one, then that's the first step, man. Then taking away that mentality,
Yeah, cause I think what I'm saying, as far as mentorship goes, it goes a long way if you have a child that need it. You know what I'm saying? As far as from coaches to individual to even career oriented. Even if you might have a kid that has a career interest and they might be misbehaving, but then they run into somebody that they know. You know what I'm saying? That can do it. And my family. It's a family friend of mine, he has a son and he plays football, for the Wildcats or whatever. And, they try to tell him all the time right now where school and the Wildcats are kind of separated, when you start getting older and you start getting into school sports, your grades and stuff and your behavior in school start to tie together. So you can't be misbehaving and still playing. I don't think he understands that. So they try to get him to come and talk to me, and I try to let him know, like, no, this isn't 1987. You can't be dumb, not pass class or misbehave and still play sports. You know what I'm saying? Like they take it away from you.
Yeah, it's not gonna work, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Never is.
And you never know when your turn is gonna be up because they the hammer in certain sports. You know what I'm saying? As far as the hammer discipline is skewed. It's never the same. You know what I'm saying? There's some people, like, for example, the domestic violence in the NFL is, one player might get 3 games, and then you saw Kareem Hunt, the latest career, and he's done. You know what I'm saying? You never know what your time is going to be, so the best way to get out of it is to avoid it at all costs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly, man. Exactly. Gotta avoid that confrontation, avoid that negativity, for sure. Gotta keep it away.
How big are y'all expecting this turn out to be?
I'm not gonna lie, man. The number keep rising. Because at first the tickets was moving a little slow. They was moving a little slow. But folks, I guess they need time to warm up to it a little bit.
And sharing the post and all of that. Little trash talk.
To be honest with you, like, we had to kind of mastermind how we released this information.
Right.
You see, we released the flyer first to kind of create the buzz. As soon, I'm not gonna lie, Mari dropped the flyer within like the first 30-45 minutes. It had 200 shares.
Right.
So we
dropped part of that. I probably got like 10 shares. Like, so and so tagged you in a post. So and so like, yo, I done seen this flyer.
I'm telling you. So the flyer's been floating around since we put it out, and we just keep sharing it as well to keep it in people's faces, And then once that died down a little bit, boom, here come the rosters. Now it's the explosion. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody talking about it. Which we should have released those other events contestants first, but y'all are definitely being for a show.
I mean, like I said, it's still a week's time into the event, so you got time. You guys can drop that before, you know what I'm saying.
And I still got a whole bunch of information I gotta put out there, sponsor wise, game wise, just a bunch of people to thank and get their names out there. So we working, man. We working.
And sponsors is the main key, and I don't think people understand how hard it is to get sponsors for an event.
It is.
You got to tell them stuff that you didn't think you had to tell them. You got to dress it up. Man, you know what I'm saying? You got to do a lot.
You really got to put some mayonnaise on. I'm telling you, you got to put some ranch on that thing, man. But just getting the sponsors secure, kind of creating those relationships and letting them know that we serious. You know what I'm saying? That was my main thing when we went to these sponsors. letting them know that we serious, letting them, getting the point across that we care about the community and we doing this to give back, what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, between the four of us, and I have to thank Chris Watson as well, because we brought him on extra late, but he expressed that he really wanted to help, so he's definitely been a big help, and is as the week goes on, he'll definitely play a big hand in a portion of it. But we've been just working, man, staying on task, just me, Michelle, and Amari. We put a lot of our own time, energy, and monetary funds, you know what I'm saying, out of our own pockets to make this stuff happen. Everything between venue to raffle items to give to you guys, asking our sponsors for items to give to you guys, right. So just letting them know that we serious, we love the community, we want to give back. And that we working hard. And then the thing about the sponsors is I think the steam is like it's crazy because I feel like at one point like you could never have too many sponsors. Yeah. And it's crazy because now that it already had the initial steam when it came out, so you guys had that work on your end, and now once again, like I said, with the drop of the roster and things like that, it's getting shared again. Definitely. So you're getting out more steam, and then you have a deadline. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, for your sponsors, and then people are still coming, like they're seeing it. As far as small businesses go, you know what I'm saying, that we know, and then still, hey, you guys need a sponsor. You guys, how I get a part of this, and it's like, well, we kind of already then, you know what I'm saying, and you still trying to, but then you don't want to turn them down because it's like, it's a sponsor. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to create those connections and hold on to them. But you also want to have your sponsor represented how you told them you were going to represent them in the event. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we set the deadline so we can get logos and information from them for the ads, all that good stuff, and the banner, the event banner, to make sure they're represented correctly. But it's very important to just create those connections, the proper connections, positive connections, and keep them maintained. So you can do stuff like this in the future, and you can network with folks and definitely just help other, and in turn you helping them grow. You know what I'm saying? You helping them grow. So it's just all one big circle,
That's what's up. That's what's up. So is there anything else that you have that you want to put out there for we?
Nothing else, but doors open at 4:30. Event will start at 5, man. Again, it's a free raffle. We'll have multiple raffles giving away multiple items at a time. A lot of free stuff, concessions, dunk contests, 3-point contests. The legends you guys love will be there. You know what I'm saying? The young folks will be there. The
Alumni All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? For real, Alumni All-Star Weekend. We out here. We out here, man, doing it big, man. And I'm just glad we could put it together for y'all, to be honest, man. It took a lot of time, energy, time off, so we just glad we could put it together, man.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you for stopping by, man, getting this airtime, man.
I enjoyed myself coming, man.
Yeah, man. I'll be sure to definitely have this edited and put out, man. So, thank you for coming. Goodbye once again. This is Beaufort's Own. I'm your host, Vaughn. I want to thank Evan for stopping by.
Yeah.
And the other hosts, Michelle, Mari, Leon.
Yep.
It's nice. Look forward to it.
Thank you, guys.